have the death penalty, I say the death penalty is a cruel and unjustified barbarism, left over from a time when our nation was not civilized enough to see that death is not a rightful punishment for any transgression. The number of prisoners killed by the death penalty steadily increased until 1999, at its peak with 98 deaths that year. Any and all arguments that the death penalty keeps criminals from committing violent crimes goes completely unjustifiable when you see that the number of violent crimes in states without the death penalty is in fact lower than states with the death penalty. Since then, crusades against such heinous acts have caused the number of unnecessary deaths caused by the death penalty to steadily decrease according to the numbers provided by the Death Penalty Information Center. I find it interesting that according to a census conducted by the Death Penalty Information Center, that there a clear and absolute connection between the decrease in death row inmates and the decrease in violent crime in states with no death penalty and in states where they are actively trying to get rid of the death penalty since 1999. In 2017, 17 lives were taken by this heinous policy. Even one unnecessary death caused by this penalty is one too many to justify. According to a study conducted by BJS, concluded that only a mere 33% of inmates who escaped prison go on to commit violent crimes. Included in said study was a detail that less than 1% of those inmates were on death row. Green Mile is a critically acclaimed book by Stephen King about the horrors of a man on death row who did nothing wrong but for simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time. This incident isn't science fiction, but very real in our world, such examples being Larry Griffin, who in 1995 was accused of killing a man in a drive-by shooting. Larry was convicted and executed before anyone thought to look at different suspects. 3 other men could have possibly been the shooter on that day, and have been imprisoned for other murder charges. While the verdict on Larry stood, prosecutor Jennifer Joyce has been on record saying that she believes without a doubt that if a trial were to be brought against the charges, they would, quote, "we would win hands down." This example is only one of many unsure productions that led possible innocent people to their untimely death. All information on Larry Griffin I found with these sources: NAACP, Legal Defense and Education Fund report on Larry Griffin. Missouri execution trial case reopened from NPR. All things considered, posted on July 12, 2005. Did Missouri execute an innocent man? By Associated Press, July 12, 2005. The death penalty is absolutely unnecessary, and I hope that in this speech I have proved without a shadow of a doubt that it is not needed in our modern world, and that even one life taken by the death penalty is one too many.